The question I was looking for is how much money in pounds did the Royal Bank of Scotland lose in the first half of 2008? It's the second biggest loss in UK banking history and was described by the company's chief executive as a chastening experience. The Royal Bank of Scotland were apparently investing in what's known as toxic futures. There's a hint for you if you're buying toxic futures.
The thing is, though, this sort of money, that amount of money, is just some numbers on a computer, sort of disappearing or reappearing, or noughts go, you know. It must be very tempting at the point when you realise that. Someone will sneak up to you and goes, just type it back in. There's no actual stuff. I mean, nothing's caught fire or exploded or sunk or anything. It's just a load of wanker bankers having made stupid bets with each other when they're drunk.
Do you reckon?
No bad thing has happened. It's not like all the pigs in South America suddenly died of blight. You know, it is just people were juggling with numbers that didn't exist and it got out of hand because they're arseholes. We've known they're arseholes for ages.
Can somebody tell me why you are not on Newsnight, David? It would improve this country so much if you just came in on every story. Well, this is pish.
The ironic thing about the smog, though, isn't it, is that they say that the Great Wall of China is one of the few things on Earth that you can see from space, and yet, when you're at the Great Wall of China, look up, you can see sod all.
You can't see space, essentially, yeah.
There are plenty of places on Earth you can see space from, though. I mean, that's not the problem. I mean, most spaces, not indoors, but, like, outside this building, you can see space, a bit of space.
But you can't from the Great Wall of China,
no.
Because there's just little bits of soot coming down on your head.
So that's probably all you can see in space, is the soot. It's not the wall at all.
To be honest, they probably...
Actually, sorry to interrupt with the fact, but yes, you can't actually see the Great Wall of China from space. What you can see is the dust around the Great Wall of China.
Why don't they hoover it?
I love the idea that question underlying these hypocritical Olympics. Why don't they hoover their walls? Democracies hoover things.
The Chinese
Till they
ambassador...
learn to hoover, they won't be a proper country. Not in...
The Chinese ambassador's sitting at home going, I wonder how people received our opening ceremonies, which is this one. Why don't they hoover the Great Wall of China?
So it wasn't being built, really, to intercept Iranian missiles. It was being built to annoy the Russians. You hope you don't have to use the thing. It's just there to annoy... The Russians became really annoyed. You can't have lasers and missiles and things really near our country in countries we used to run. That's insulting to us as Russians. And there's a division in American politics about whether it is good to be as rude as possible to the nutty Russians or bad to be as rude as possible to those maniacs. And I don't know. I mean, there's no doubt that the Russians
Your choice of language alone would seem to place you in one camp rather than the other.
I think, don't get me wrong, I think the Russians are really insane. And not, right? Not all of them are insane, but they have an insane political culture. They see that weird, bald, plabby man with his shirt off fishing, and they think, yes, we want to vote for him. Oh, by the way, apparently he tortured people when he was in the KGB. What a guy. I think that's an odd kind of country. But I don't necessarily think the best thing to do with them is to annoy them even more. However, it is the most satisfying thing to do. So it's a question, shall we have a bit of fun? Poke the Russians, poke the Russians. Oh, my God, they're coming.
For example.
I thought they're reversible. Aren't they?
No. The flaps, you know, they can only go one way.
I've seen one go backwards. I swear I've seen one go backwards, and it's not a dream because I have more interesting dreams than that.
You'd worry if that was your dream. No, that's better.
And when you saw it going backwards, you noted at the time.
Yeah, I thought, you know, it's a machine, an electric machine. I am a scientist. And they just put it into reverse, and now it's going backwards, and that's
Could you see your luggage, and you were just about to pick it up, and then suddenly it was going away from you?
What it was I sort of turned up, having got off the plane, and was standing in the waiting area, and it started to go round, and went round for a few yards, and then it started to go round the other way.
That's just a warm-up lap.
But it still, it showed a capability to go in both directions, albeit only briefly in one. But I didn't
I suspect witchcraft. Have you been on this website, David?
I think you'd quite enjoy it.
Well, I think that website sounds the most pointless thing in the world. because it's saying it can only go clockwise, and I know it can go both ways. So I'm going to go on that website, I'm going to hack into it, and I'm going to change them all from clockwise or anti-clockwise to both directions. Both directions.
David, at what point during watching the baggage carousel go the wrong way around?
I didn't know it was the wrong way.
I accept that. Watching it go both ways, then, did you go, this is something that will make a fantastic anecdote on a leading comedy show?
I always knew it was a great story. Just needed a niche.
Well, that's stored away for the future.
It's like the wonderful day that I noticed they were changing the way they had the buttons to press for traffic lights. I thought, blimey, these are great times I'm living in.
Very good.
You always find... The next topic is Diana. David's coming in.
This week, Simone Simmons, who makes her living by having been the friend of a dead woman, Princess Di, has come out with a startling revelation that two dead people once had sex. Obviously, before either of them were dead. But according to her, Princess Di and John Kennedy Jr. once had a roll in the hay. And this is odd, because they then both went on to die strangely in accidents involving vehicles, which leads me to wonder, maybe Di wasn't killed in an accident, and it wasn't a conspiracy. Maybe it was something she caught off John Kennedy Jr. during sex. Something he'd inherited from JFK. He gave her the suspicious death virus.
Very good, David. Sit down.
It would be pretty boring watching sport if you just sit there going, well, I just think they're all excellent, actually. Well done to all the effort that's gone in, and I don't actually care who wins, because I think sport wins here. The fun of it is to go, what's he doing?
If Tim Henman had won Wimbledon, it would have been so weird, it would have actually torn a hole in our reality. Henman's won, and here to present the trophy is Winston Churchill with the head of a bee.
Put it this way, the last time a British player won, the Nazis marched into the Rhineland, so, you know.
In 1977?
No, I was talking about the men's.
Oh, OK.
1936, that's when they went into the Rhineland, isn't it?
Yeah, but actually, in 1977, the last time Britain won, they released Star Wars.
Yeah.
And what's more, 1977, the year Connie Hook was born.
Not actually.